You ever thought to yourself, there's something that you really want to do, and you're afraid of what people may think? You may get around certain particular people, right? I don't know why I said it like that, certain particular people. You're around certain people. These people are just normal people, but they come across as if like, yo, they're cool, they're chill, and you're fascinated on how people are attracted to them. And when you get around them, you find yourself not like, you're trying to be like them. Now, before I go more into the video, this is have nothing to do with me, all right? I'm just talking out in general, my opinion, and also too, when I was much more younger, of course, you know, I've seen other people, like their demeanor, people more attracted to them, but realistically, you know, maybe that I was blessed that way. I didn't really care what people had got going on. If anything, I grown up in a household where my father, he was always into business and doing his own thing. And for me personally, I was always fascinated by doing things that were in business. So I would do stuff like buy candy for 5 cents and sell it for 10 cents. And I'm in the 4th grade. I'll do little stuff here and there, not knowing that, okay, what I was doing. So I was not worried about other people. But of course, I did notice that other people, and even people were cool, and I'm like, oh, okay. Looking at them, they had better sneakers than I did, clothing, they're around certain people, cool. But I was never a person of, okay, I want to be just like that, if that makes sense. But I know this younger generation, especially this generation, and I believe that generation before, people were so fascinated and tried to be like something else. And what I had to say about that is that, and also to older people too, you may see someone and someone could look a certain way. They could have a great body, you know, they could be in some type of social group, which is cool. But I have something to say about that. Before I get into the video, let me introduce myself. This is Gene, your best friend, your new best friend. And today what I'm going to talk about is do you. Focus on only you and love yourself for who you are. That's what I got to say. But like I was saying, we all in the world now where like social media, right? And I always bring this up. Everybody's on social media. People are talking about, and I hear this a lot, you need to quit your 9 to 5. Get into doing your own business, which I'm all for it. I have my own little business. I had it for since 2019. I created it, you know, built the website, you know, did all of that, right? I always say it. I keep up with the latest luxury styles and trends at Gorgeous 271, or woman clothing store. I did that based on an inspiration when I was coming back from Colombia. Speaking of that, I didn't even know I was going to do the video. This is a video from Medellin, see? And I was coming back and I was at the time when Colombia was so chill to be around. So many people knew about it, but people were afraid to go. At that time, it was so calm, everything was real chill, no, not too many tourists was going over there. And that's what inspired me to really want to do my business, for me to get there too. So I can, you know, even if I was just making $100 a day, not saying that I got into the business just to make $100 a day, but I was inspired to have my own freedom, to be of service to people, especially women, right? Because women love to shop. That was just my thing. And especially the people that I was around, that I was talking to at the time, they were on the mindset. We were always grinding, trying to figure things out, right? So that's me being in my lane, staying in my lane, figuring things out. But we got a lot of people in this world, especially if you're watching this video and it's okay. I'm not trying to knock you down and tell you that, oh, you know, you're trying to be like some, but we get it. We have our own insecurities, right? Even me. I'm not saying that like I'm afraid. You know, like for example, I used to this gap in my teeth. I used to didn't like it. Now, when I got around certain, especially women, and I'm cool with them, they tell me, oh, they love my teeth. A lot of people tell me I have a nice smile. I'm like, okay. But still, to this day, sometimes I think about it, like, this gap in my teeth, you know? But that's my own insecurities, and I embrace it, right? But we all are online, we're following social media, we look at ourselves every day. Of course, some of us, we're getting older. We think in our head, we put in our head that we don't look the way we used to look. And we just try to just figure life out, just be like, oh my gosh, or you're not where you're supposed to be. And I get it, but only thing I could only talk about and want to tell you guys, just embrace what you have got going, what you got going on. Embrace who you are, embrace the way you look, because guess what? Tomorrow's no promise. I myself, I'm very blessed, right? I tend to get compliments a lot where people tell me that I look very young for my age. I look young for my age, and I don't want to make it come here like I'm only talking about myself, but at this point in my life right now, I can only bring up my own experience, and I can only bring up, you know, conversations that I've had in the past with other people, and it's a feedback that I can bring to you guys, because I know it's going to be somebody's going to be, oh my God, you always talk about yourself, you're so conceited, you're full of yourself. You know, it's always that one person. You know, it's always going to be that one person. But I can only use myself in my life. And that's one of the reasons why, and a shout out to y'all, a lot of people that are subscribing, to my new subscribers, because you could relate. I'm sure a lot of you, when you watch my videos and you're hearing me out, you can relate. And I'm not going to come up here and just sit up and just bring up other people's name and this person, that person, because it's not always all about other people. It's about, but where I'm going with this is this. Focus on yourself. Focus on yourself, embrace what you got going on. Look, if you feel and you see that, okay, you know what, you're overweight, you'll embrace it. Embrace it. There's people out here that love a thicker man, a thicker woman. Like me, personally, I ain't gonna lie to you. There's some women out here that I come across that are actually thick. I'm talking about like they kind of, I'm like, dang, this person got it going. Because it's all about how that person carry themselves and how they feel and how they carry themselves their way, how beautiful they look, right? Vice versa, I'm sure like a lot of women, they look at, you know, for the big dudes, you know, they look at you that way. It depends how you carry yourself, how confident you are, and you know, especially if you have some type of, if you're humble, you know what I mean? So where I'm going with this is this, like, you following other people, you thinking other people this. Now, don't get me wrong, if you're inspired, somebody inspired you, that's a different story. You know what I mean? You could be inspired to, like, you know what, this person is in shape. You know, there's a before and after where this person was big and then they got shredded, and I'm inspired to do that. I'm not talking about that. But like if you see somebody and you're on your phone and then this person is just got like 10 or 20 females with them, right? Talking to the fellas. And then you're like, damn, I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna do the same thing too. And then you looking at your life, you looking around like, yo, I'm a bum. Now you talking down on yourself. I'm talking to you. It's like, yo, that person that you seen on the phone, you don't know that if this is a script. You don't know that if they had to pay this money to these people. You don't even know this person could be real miserable. They don't even like that lifestyle. So you're sitting there, you're looking at somebody doing what they doing, and you're not even focused on. For all you know, that person could look at your life and be like, oh man, I would love to be in their shoes. That just seem peaceful. You know what I mean? But for those of you, if you feel like, okay, you know what, I need to do better, I need to work on myself, I need to do that, and like I said, you find inspiration in whatever you look at, that's a different story. But like where I'm going with this is this: focus on you, focus on where you need to be, and yo, things will get better. Like me personally, in my life, now, I've accomplished many things. I ain't gonna lie to you. I accomplished many things, but along that journey is not easy. And there's one thing that I'm really, really striving, I'm really looking to accomplish as we speaking right now. I'm not gonna bring it up to you guys. But when that time happened, I'll let y'all know. But all I could say is that I got one thing that I need to accomplish that I'm really working on, I'm really aiming to get. You know? So, but that's just me. And I'm doing all I can do to get to where I need to be and what I want that to get to that goal. But where I'm going with this is this: to not give up, focus on yourself. Those other people that in social media, things that you're looking around you, people that you may know, that's them. That was their time. But your time didn't come yet. And then when your time comes, you can be inspiration to somebody. And you have other people that's gonna be hating on you, and you're gonna look back like, dang. You know, it took me to do this, I did that, and I did this. It don't even have to be like that, but guess what? When you could reflect back and look at how when you were trying to get where you need to be, and you looking at other people, you could be like, okay, you know what? I get it. I understand. These people don't even know what I had to do, how I had to get what I need to get. But guess what? You'll eventually get there. You'll be in a better place. Your desires wherever you want to be. And you're going to look at everybody else. You're going to look at you. You're going to be like, okay, this is me. This is my life. You know, and the only person you're going to be in competition with is with yourself. Only if you stay on your lane, all right? So if you like this video, I invite you guys to please like, share, and subscribe to your best friend, your new best friend. And I'll see you in the next video, all right? Peace.